Jennifer Lopez opens up about really tough divorce from Marc Anthony during Vegas show. I was really about to give up on it all. Imagine standing under the bright lights of Las Vegas. Thousands of fans cheering, music echoing through the theater, cameras flashing everywhere. For most people, that scene would represent pure success. Fame, power, celebration. But sometimes, even when everything looks perfect from the outside, the story behind the spotlight is very different. Recently, global superstar Jennifer Lopez shared an emotional moment with her audience during a Las Vegas show. In a rare and deeply personal confession, she opened up about one of the hardest periods of her life, her painful divorce from singer Marc Anthony. With raw honesty, she told the crowd, "I was really about to give up on it all." Those words stunned fans, because Jennifer Lopez is known as a symbol of strength, confidence, and resilience. But behind the music, the awards, and the glamorous life, there was a time when everything felt like it was falling apart. Today, we're going to explore the story behind that emotional revelation, the love story between Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony, the struggles that led to their divorce, the moment Lopez felt she might lose herself, and how she ultimately found the strength to rebuild her life. This is a story about love, heartbreak, resilience, and rediscovering yourself after one of life's toughest challenges. Before the heartbreak, there was a beautiful love story. Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony first met in the late 1990s. At the time, both were rising stars in the Latin music world. Marc Anthony was already known for his powerful salsa voice and emotional performances. Jennifer Lopez was rapidly becoming a global icon, dominating music charts, Hollywood films, and fashion. But their relationship didn't begin as a romantic one. Initially, they were friends. In fact, Lopez once recalled that when they first met, Marc Anthony told her something that would later seem almost prophetic. He reportedly said, "One day you're going to be my wife." At the time, it sounded like a joke. But fate had other plans. Years later, in 2004, the two surprised the world by secretly getting married. The wedding took place at Lopez's home in Beverly Hills, away from media attention and public spectacle. Fans were shocked, but also excited. It seemed like the perfect match. Two Latin superstars, both passionate about music, culture, and family. Together, they quickly became one of the most powerful celebrity couples in the world. During their marriage, Lopez and Anthony appeared to have it all. They collaborated musically, performed together on stage, and even recorded songs as a duo. Their chemistry was undeniable. Fans loved seeing them share the stage, exchanging glances and smiles as they performed. But the most important moment of their relationship came in 2008. That year, the couple welcomed twins, Max and Emmy. Becoming parents changed everything for Jennifer Lopez. She often described motherhood as the most meaningful role of her life. For a while, their family seemed happy and stable. But behind the scenes, things weren't always as perfect as they looked. Like many couples under intense public pressure, their relationship faced challenges. Constant touring schedules, demanding careers, media scrutiny, and the pressure of maintaining a public image. All of these factors slowly began to take a toll. By the early 2010s, rumors about trouble in the marriage started appearing in tabloids. Fans began noticing subtle changes. Fewer public appearances together. Less collaboration. More speculation from gossip outlets. But Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony tried to keep their private lives exactly that, private. Still, the strain was real. Relationships are complicated under normal circumstances. Add fame, worldwide attention, and relentless schedules, and the pressure multiplies. Eventually, in 2011, the couple made a shocking announcement. They were separating. After 7 years of marriage, Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony decided to go their separate ways. The news shocked fans across the globe. For many people, their relationship had seemed strong and genuine. But behind the scenes, Lopez later revealed, the emotional impact was enormous. Divorce is never easy. But for Jennifer Lopez, this particular breakup was especially painful. Marc Anthony wasn't just her husband. He had been her close friend for years. They shared a family. They shared 2 children. They shared a life that millions of people watched closely. Ending that marriage meant redefining everything. In later interviews, Lopez admitted that the divorce forced her to confront deep emotional questions about herself and her life. She began wondering things many people ask after a relationship ends. Was the relationship real? Did she make the right choices? Could she have done something differently? And perhaps the most painful question of all, would she ever find lasting love? These thoughts can be overwhelming for anyone, but imagine dealing with them while the entire world is watching. Years later, during one of her performances in Las Vegas, Jennifer Lopez shared a moment that revealed just how deeply that period affected her. In the middle of the show, she paused and spoke to the audience. The atmosphere shifted. Instead of high-energy music and choreography, the room became quiet. Lopez began talking about her past relationships and the emotional journey she had experienced. Then she said something that caught everyone's attention. She admitted that during her divorce from Marc Anthony, she was going through one of the darkest times of her life. At one point, she said, "I was really about to give up on it all." Those words weren't about quitting music. They weren't about quitting performing. They were about losing faith in love itself. For someone who had spent years believing deeply in romance and commitment, that feeling was devastating. The audience listened silently. Some fans were visibly emotional. Because suddenly, the superstar on stage didn't feel like an untouchable celebrity. She felt human. But Jennifer Lopez's story didn't end in that dark moment. Instead, it became the beginning of a new chapter. Rather than allowing heartbreak to define her future, Lopez started focusing on healing and growth. She poured energy into her work. Music, film, television, business ventures. But perhaps most importantly, she focused on her role as a mother. Her children became a major source of strength. She often described them as her motivation to keep moving forward, even when life felt uncertain. Slowly, Lopez began rediscovering her confidence. Not just as an entertainer, but as a person. She learned lessons about love, self-worth, and emotional resilience. Lessons that many people only learn after experiencing heartbreak. Over the years following her divorce from Marc Anthony, Jennifer Lopez continued to evolve. She explored new relationships. She expanded her career into television judging, film production, and global tours. Her Las Vegas residency became one of the most successful in entertainment history. But perhaps the most remarkable part of her journey was how openly she talked about personal struggles. Instead of pretending everything was perfect, she shared her experiences. She spoke about vulnerability, about making mistakes, about learning and growing. That honesty made many fans feel even more connected to her story. Because at the end of the day, Jennifer Lopez's journey mirrors something many people experience: love, loss,